have rules to keep everything in check, to have an understanding that everyone can follow on equal terms.
Well, without rules, it will be total chaos. I think they tried from the beginning and the result wasn't too good, you know.
I think it's quite obvious why we need them. If we didn't have rules, we'd have a mess, wouldn't we? We'd have traffic everywhere, traffic jams and chaos.
If not, it'd be a revolution every day.
We need rules in life so that it will guide us and also help us to do the will of God.
We need rules in life because we need direction. Without rules, there won't be any control of behavior.
We need rules in life for our enjoyment of life.
Just to keep me in line.
I think we need rules in life just simply because without them we just wander off and do our own thing, and then anarchy takes place, and then you just have a whole mess on your hands, even a bigger mess than we have right now in our world.
We have previously highlighted how relationships are at the heart of everything we are and do. They give specific meaning to our daily living. Being part of a fellowship adds to our identity and provides a setting in which we can express our individuality. It can be fulfilling and enriching. It is also a setting in which, without rules and guidelines, things can go dramatically wrong.
Correspondence among early church leaders recorded in the New Testament shows that it quickly became necessary to decide on appropriate codes of conduct and behaviour. Without them, the fellowship was already losing the very qualities that marked it out as Christian. Not surprisingly, the same issues exist today.
By their very nature, Christian fellowships have people who are attractive in character, others who are in need, and some who are looking for companionship. Without careful adherence to boundaries in human relationships, much hurt and damage can be caused because of inappropriate closeness. Although cultures have differing values on what may be appropriate practice, the Christian principles of fidelity and faithfulness apply the world over. Without them, deceit, lying, betrayal, and destruction of trust take over, causing chaos in many lives, including the innocent.
The Army's orders and regulations exist to advise, guide, and minimise damage. Updating and revising them for an army working in more countries and cultures than ever is a daunting task, but the broad principles of obedience to God's commands and promoting truth and grace within the fellowship will always be their aim. The teaching of Jesus in everything to do to others what you would have them do to you puts all rules into context. Belonging to a fellowship calls for a sense of responsibility, and not only for those who lead it. It helps when everyone thinks about the consequences of their actions on others.
Duty has been part of the army ever since it was first organised in the late 1800s. It has shown itself in mutual responsibility, recognising that to play out our fair and reliable part can be of practical blessing for the good of all. Unfortunately, it's possible to overemphasise the need for duty, forgetting to make allowances according to situation and circumstances. When this happens, service can quickly become legalistic and burdensome and lose its joy.
The Jewish faith addresses such matters by calling them loving obligations. It acknowledges mutual responsibility and a sense of duty to one another, but incorporates the word love as it does so. Fellowship has its loving obligations. They are many and varied. They are for each of us to fulfill and enjoy.